Hello, people. My name is Evelyn, and I create a song called Alienated, and now I finish a song called INconcretE, and I have a history so profound to share with everyone today. My English is not very good, but I will try to communicate this history in the better way that I can show. So why I decided to be an artist? In my entire life I suffer with bullying, with some people trying to diminish me, and I have a lot of problems with mental health, and create songs show me a side of this world that could be happy. Because of the autism, I have a lot of problems with communication, and I have a lot of things, a lot of experiences to share with the world, but I'm not able to just say, and I don't have a way to show for so many people. So I decided to do this through the art. I realized that if I couldn't have a purpose in life, have a reason to live, I just don't want to live anymore. So I decided to do music because that's a real reason to live. Now start the worst part of my life. I didn't have anything. I was with my empty hands in my dreams, and I realized that I needed to accomplish something very huge, lonely. I realized that I had anyone to help me and nothing in my hands. I passed through a lot of problems with no money in my hands, and I needed the equipment for do this, and I'll fight against the poverty, against of myself, because I was so weak in that period of my life. In the end I was able to create the instrumental of the song. That is the tricky part, because you will see in this history that every time that I think that is done, that is everything okay, the things get very worse. So I finished this part of the song, and then I decided to sing. But before I create a trauma relate to the weight when someone tries to stole me when I brought the cable of my guitar. So my throat was completely locked. So I developed a problem with anxiety that makes my throat tense up. What I did, I just give up. Uh, was the easy way of escape of this, giving up. I passed through long months with no hope, trying to cover of all of these aspects that made me sad with another subject like math and Chinese. But in the end, I always know that I have just one thing that I want to do in my life. After this, I decided to come back and finish the song. Even with my throat very sick, with my anxiety dominating my brain, I finished and I released the song. In a lot of aspects, this song was very bad. So I didn't like the song. So I don't show for the people because I was sure about that. So I decided to fix my computer because it was the only way that I could maybe do some better songs. My desire of create better songs was very strong in myself. So I fixed my computer entirely alone without any knowledge of computers in general. But nothing is so easy. So I needed to buy a audio interface, and I did it after months keeping the money for I could finally buy. And I thought, well, finally I will be able to create my songs. I have everything. There's nothing to be afraid about. So after everything when I finally was with my interface in my hands, the computer, the the hope in my chest, I noticed that my phone doesn't work in the interface. So I started to become depressed again because that was my only hope in life, and everything disappeared. Everything that was built in front of me was nothing rapidly. So I give up again. Every hope that I had was nothing. Why should I continue to fight? At some point of my life, I decided to continue to fight. In resuming, I finally brought the headphones and I create some hope again in myself. So is everything okay? It's everything in my hands. All that I need to do is create my songs and be happy. Well, after 3 days, my computer that I was fixed just broken again. In 3 days that I had everything with me. All the hope, all the happiness, all the things that I built, everything was done, was collapsing in front of me. I just can't express what is the felt of have everything in your hands and everything disappear. What is to have no hope and then you finally find your hope and suddenly it's gone. I don't know how to describe this, but the desire that I had was very heavy, was very tense. So I can't share this with everyone. I passed long months just trying to deal with the failure. And then I decided again, I will buy some computer because that's what I need. So my hope finally appears again. With the decision of buying a computer, I needed to do a lot of sacrifice in my life. I needed to uh, just don't have something to eat sometimes, and I needed to work a little bit and try to be more economic. So I needed to deal with a lot of pressure in myself because it was my dream. I needed to fight. I needed to find a way of I could change everything lonely. And after long months, I could buy my computer, and I was so happy. And I'm so happy because I am still with this computer, because this time don't happen something catastrophic again. So what I did with this computer, that's the best part. I finally create a song that I am very happy about, because when I have everything in my hands and nothing disappears, I finally can live the lesson that I learned with this challenge of my life. So when I pick up this computer, the first thing that I did is learn how to use the DAW, and then I started to create, and I didn't stop 1 second. I give all of my soul in that. So I created everything alone. I mix and I master, I compose, I create the lyrics, everything. Is the best thing that I ever created. This song tells about the feeling of you fighting against something that you don't know what, walking without know the path, and trying to accomplish something that is so inconcrete and abstract. When you go listen this song, when the song will be released, I want that you feel in your soul, feel with every piece of you the pain that I had to affront in my life for do this song. And it's not just this song. I will create a lot of songs, but this song is the first one that I really want to share with everyone. So go and do the press save, because this song is amazing. I'm sure that you will like a lot. Create a sign that I'm still here.